Stop being an emergency fund for a family that has no emergency, other than the lack of ambition. You are not fighting poverty. You are subsidizing a government-sanctioned lifestyle of dependency that's quietly destroying the Filipino spirit of hard work. The most common pain point for anyone dating or living in the Philippines is the transactional relationship. You find yourself a Filipino partner whose entire family, her brothers, her cousins, or her parents, they're all able-bodied, but they are permanently waiting for a job that isn't tiring, waiting for a salary that isn't fair, or more accurately, waiting for you. I'm going to be brutally honest. This isn't just about laziness. It's about a system. Today, I'm breaking down how government programs like 4Ps have created a moral hazard, where safety net has become a hammock. We're going to discuss the bucket with a hole syndrome and how or why your financial help is often poured into a void of willful ignorance. This is a no BS guide on why some Filipinos are getting lazier and how you can spot the red flags early on before you become a permanent replacement for a government check. The moral hazard of the 4Ps. To understand this, we have to look at the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino program or 4Ps. It's a conditional cash transfer to help the poorest of the poor. But here is a factual reality of what economists call moral hazard. When the state provides a guaranteed floor of rice subsidies, health grants, and educational cash, it removes the sting of unemployment. According to the data often discussed by Philippine Institute for Development Studies or PIDS, while these programs keep people from starving, these also creates a welfare trap. In many provinces, the real wage, which is actually what you take home after transportation, food, and taxes, is so low that the marginal benefit of working a 4 to 8 hour week is almost zero compared to staying home and collecting government aid. We are effectively teaching Filipinos that staying certified poor is a more viable career move rather than taking an entry-level job. When you date a Filipino from this background, her family isn't just poor, they are certified poor. They use that status as a psychological weapon to prove to you that they cannot help themselves, even when they are perfectly able-bodied. The bucket with the hole syndrome. One of the most frustrating things you will ever encounter is that no amount of money ever seems to fix the problem. This is because the system has bred a complete lack of financial literacy, which has evolved into willful ignorance. Even if you send 100,000 pesos for a business, it often disappears into a one-day fiesta, a new smartphone, or social climbing house renovations. This is the bucket with a hole syndrome, because these Filipino families have spent years relying on the government, and now they don't have a concept of capital preservation. They don't see money as a tool for growth. They only see it as a temporary relief that has to be spent immediately. The government never taught them how to manage wealth, only how to receive it. If you fund a house renovation because they say the neighbors won't respect us, you aren't fixing a house. You are funding their ego while the hole in their financial bucket remains wide open. The middle income trap and the excuse economy. Let's talk about the excuses. You'll hear that the work is too tiring, the boss has a bad attitude, or the salary is too low. While it is a fact that the Philippines is caught in a middle income trap where wages are stagnant, the no BS truth is that any wage is higher than zero. But the excuse economy allows Filipinos to be economically lazy. They are not lacking energy because they can stay up all night at a karaoke party, but they lack the will to participate in a difficult labor market because they have a safety net, the government, and a plan B. You? This mindset creates a dangerous dynamic in your relationship. You have to ask yourself, is your Filipino partner a victim of her family's stagnation, or is she a co-conspirator? If she doesn't defend your hard-earned money from her able-bodied brother who refuses to work, she is part of the system. She is the middleman between your bank account and a family that has optimized their lives to do the absolute minimum. Social climbing versus survival. The final evolution of this dependency is the transition from survival to social climbing. In these communities, hiya or shame is no longer about the shame of not working. It's about the shame of looking poor while having a foreign connection. They will host big parties or request upgrades not for utility, but for status. They fear that the neighbors will think that the foreign savior is broke. You must understand that in this scenario, you are not a boyfriend or a husband, but you are in an upgrade to the government subsidy. You are expected to provide a lifestyle that the 4Ps program couldn't. This is the reality of the savior complex many foreigners fall into. You think you're rescuing them, but you are just taking over the government's job of enabling a lifestyle without effort. The truth is uncomfortable. Modern subsidies have turned survival into a spectator for some. I love my country, but I hate what this system is doing to the Filipino spirit of hard work. The Philippines is a beautiful country with some of the most hard-working people. Look at our OFWs and our BPO workers for proof. But there is a growing subculture of professional dependency fueled by state aid and foreign saviors. If you choose to enter a relationship with a Filipino from this cycle, do it with your eyes wide open. Don't provide a safety net for people who aren't even trying to walk the tightrope. Look for a Filipina who values work and responsibility, not an optional inconvenience. If the family is waiting for a handout, they aren't waiting for help. They are waiting for you to take the bait. Let me know in the comments. Have you been a safety net to an able-bodied family? Let's get real about it. Now I know this video was heavy, but I don't want you to lose hope. Not every province or every neighborhood follows this pattern of dependency. As a matter of fact, in my home base of Cebu, there are specific areas where hard work or where the culture of hard work and traditional values is still the standard, not the exception. To help you navigate this, here is a video where I go into detail about the exact locations and social settings in Cebu where you are most likely to meet genuine and hardworking Filipinas who are seriously looking for a partner, not a pension. Click on this video right here to see the breakdown of the best places in Cebu where you're gonna meet good Filipinas. I'll see you there. My name is Hart, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.